Hello, everyone. I think Naeem and the organizer, they want to test me how fast I can talk in 10 minutes. So this is probably the shortest speech I ever given, but I'll try. But I wanna just I really want to start by saying thank you to the organizers and Naeem for bringing us together again. I haven't been to one of those in the last couple of years, and part of it because I moved to Riyadh and from Dubai, but the other part was COVID. It was great to see a lot of great old friends and colleagues and people that shared the joy and the pain and the love for the industry. So thank you, everyone. So they asked me, what can I talk about and what can I put 10 things in 10 minutes that we learned from COVID. So I call it the 10 things we learned from COVID. And this is basically the dynamics of the market, what the market is really looking like today. I think the first thing that we learned from COVID is the old saying, cash is a king. So there was an argument long time ago, years and years, in the finance department people, what is the health of the organization? Is it the cash or the profitability? It's a long debate, but COVID said cash. I know company that they were profitable, but today they are not here. And I know companies, they were not profitable, but they have cash, so they are still here. So cash for F&B, where our profitability is not that huge, we are still in a nickel and dime business, and the cost leadership. So there's a huge shift now. Take care of cash. It's the most precious things in our business. That's number one. Number two, even COVID is over, alhamdulillah, but every company now woke up and said cost is what we should be looking at, regardless if we have good days or bad days. Cost control and cost efficiency is what will keep us in this business. So it was a wake-up call and a learning from COVID. Three, we have seen the market today has opened again for a lot of opportunities for people to join the F&B, where the last 2 years, many people left the country, they left their jobs. That puts a challenge for all of us, regardless if you're running a big organization or a small organization. Retaining your people is extremely important because they will run to somebody else that just opened again. Supply chain moved from what we ever learned over the years, just in time to just in case. That's a fact. Just in time, it's in books now. Every single head of procurement or supply chain, they think about the next 9 months just in case. It's not about anymore what is the next 2 months will look like. That with point number one, which is cash. That puts a huge strain on companies' cash. Because today we used to tell people, you can have 6 months of operating capital for a new business. That doesn't do it anymore. You need a minimum of 12 months. Again, if your lead time on equipment or product that you are getting from outside is more than 9 to 12 months, guess what happened to your cash today? You actually tie up a lot of your cash into that advance payment for 9 months and 12 months. That's why cash is a king. You need to treat it as a precious thing. We have seen the prices in restaurants started to rise. Obviously, that's a natural thing for anything today that you're getting. The price on coffee, for example, I'm talking about Tim Hortons. Our coffee prices, that the coffee beans prices, it went up by 25% in this year. Now, we can absorb some, but we cannot absorb all. So that's the condition with a lot of companies right now. Number 6, localize, localize, and localize. Because of what's happening in supply chain, started with COVID, followed by the blockage of Suez Canal, followed by Russia and Ukraine. Today, the World Trade Organization, the WTO, mentioned that this year, the world trade went down by 20%. It's 80% from 2019. What does that mean for all of us? That a lot of companies started to localize. And if you work for a franchisor, or you have a franchise brand, this is the time today where they cannot be rigid like before. You have to buy the bread from the US, or you have to buy the bread from Canada, or that stuff needs to go away. They need to be more flexible, and whatever you can localize, aside from your signature stuff, please do. We start seeing a huge focus on hygiene and food safety in restaurants. It's becoming the norm. Before, it used to be a practice. Now, it's becoming a norm. And that's a great thing I think this is a great thing in our industry. For the next couple of years, we have seen that the restaurants do not have the luxury or the cash to remodel. So that's not a good thing for our industry. After 5 years, the restaurant doesn't look the same way it looked before, 5 years ago. And by default, you have to remodel your restaurant. Now we will for the next couple of years, because people are recovering. We are not gonna see these remodels on a every 5 years or every 3 years basis. So the maintenance and how you maintain the brand is extremely important for the customer. Number 9 is the value proposition started to be the focus for many companies. Now you increase your prices, but at the same time, you don't want to look expensive. This is the balance that we always try to do. How you maintain the value proposition of the brand. So it's a price war out there for competition. Campaigns, we start seeing 9 dirhams, we start seeing 10 dirhams, we start seeing stuff that we haven't seen before, because you still need to have that balance in the mindset of the consumer. And last, and that's number 10, and I have 58 seconds. I think I did just good in saying 10 things in 10 minutes. I think that I learned something today. You can't say 10 things in 10 minutes. But the last thing, companies that they were mature companies in the past, they always had a plan A. Today, every company that I know, they have a plan A and a plan B and a plan C. I always told these guys, and see, this is a great thing. I have seen guys today that they worked with me 14 years ago, and they came for this event, just so I can see them, which is fantastic. I always told them from day one, 14 years ago, what is your plan B? And at that time, they were so secured in their job, and they think this is for life. And they'd never believed me. And now each one of them, they have a plan B and a plan C. Companies do as well. We have, and everybody that I know, what if happened, just in case. Let's be secure for the next 9 to 12 months, and who knows. Thank you so much. God bless you all, and glad to see everybody back, and thanks to Naeem, to the whole organizer. Thank you. Right on time.